It's now February 1st, which means I've successfully made it through my little push-up challenge, at least for January. Hopefully I could keep this going for the rest of the year, if not do a little bit more, but that's actually exactly the opposite of what this video is about, because it actually takes discipline to do less. And I gotta elaborate on that a little bit, because there's a fine line you could walk, right? If you don't do anything, you're just lazy. It doesn't take any discipline. If you do a whole lot, like you just go all the way, till you're injured, that's also not good for you. And you need to know when to stop. So with this challenge, I'm not like trying to get a 300-pound bench press or a 400-pound bench press, or even trying to get like planche push-ups unlocked. I'm not even trying to get stronger or look any better. I'm just trying to be consistent, and I'm trying to get a lot of reps in. And for me, a lot of reps means every even numbered day of the month for the rest of the year, I'm gonna be doing 200 push-ups, hopefully, right? And that's gonna equate to 36,000 push-ups by the end of the year, roughly. That's what I'm aiming for. It's really not a crazy goal at all. I've already done 3,000 push-ups in January. And the reason why I say it's not a crazy goal is because, was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago? I already don't remember. But I did 2,000 push-ups in a single day, right? So doing like 3,000 in a month is really nothing special. But that's where the discipline comes in, because last year I really overdid it with the push-ups and I hurt my wrist, and I'm still healing up from that injury. So you gotta know where to draw the line, because if I go too far and I just keep going too far, that's not discipline, that's just foolishness. It's not like, oh, I'm really pushing myself. It's like I actually just let loose. I just completely let myself go, and I'm just falling into this abyss of overtraining. That's not the way to do it either. You gotta know where to draw the line. And right now, I'm doing exactly 200 push-ups every even numbered day. It's about every other day, not exactly, because yesterday was the 31st and today is now the 1st. And so I'm taking 2 days off, but tomorrow on the 2nd, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do 200 more push-ups. And the really amazing thing to me is I'm doing 20 sets of 10, and I haven't even like messed up counting. Usually I'll mess up counting. Like I'll count 9, I'll count 11, I'll count 12, I'll count like a set of 8, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm done. I've done like a set of 5, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was 10 push-ups, and I'll just keep going. Like I'm completely out of it. That's what happens when you let go, when you let loose. You don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be all flimsy, willy-nilly. You don't want to be flaccid, all right? You want to be erect. I shouldn't be talking like this. What I'm trying to say is that you got to be straightforward. I'm just talking right now, guys. I'm just rambling. You got to know what you're doing. And when you do too much, sometimes you just get lost in it. You don't know what you're doing. You're just doing too much. That's what I'm trying to avoid, because I'm already doing too much. I'm doing a whole lot, and this stuff needs to be organized. It needs to be managed. Everything has its own place. There's a time and place for everything. And fortunately for me, doing things like too much, that was last year. That was fine last year. That was the time for it. This year, I'm keeping it locked down, 200 push-ups. That's it. That's it. I probably will change that. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself, because I love the challenges. I love to challenge myself. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these days I just said, hey, 1,000 push-ups. Let's get it done. Or maybe halfway into the year, maybe I say, 200. I've gotten really used to this. This is easy. Let me do 300 because I know I could do that. Last year I was doing 350, 400, 500 push-ups every single day. I was really adding some numbers to the tally, but that's what led to my injury. So discipline is going to be necessary just to hold myself back a little bit because I know I could do that. I know I could go balls to the wall. I could throw it all away. My life, I'm just a body, I'm just a block of meat and flesh. And let's see how far this thing goes before it breaks. I know I could do that. I've done that plenty of times. I've gone through my fair share of injuries the past few years, and unfortunately, it's been 3 years. It started with my foot breaking, then it was my knee, and last year it was my wrist. And so I'm just hoping maybe fourth time's a charm, right? Maybe the fourth year in a row, it won't happen. Maybe I won't break something this year. So discipline's going to be required to do that or to not do that, right? I need to hold myself back a little bit because I'm a slow starter, guys. I'm not F1. I'm not a race car. I can't go too fast. But when I start going, I could keep going. And so I just want to keep going. I just want to be consistent with this. I just want to keep showing up. I want to make these videos like once or twice a week with the push-ups. I want to keep adding to the tally. I want to cross 100,000 push-ups this year. I already crossed 85,000. That's very nice. I didn't even bring that up, but that's what I want. I just want a little bit more consistency with this thing. I don't want to go crazy with it, all right? So that's kind of where I'm at. Discipline, right? Discipline is required for this. Don't overdo it. Just do it. And that's all I got. I added 400 push-ups to the tally. Adding that to my 84,947 brings me up to 85,347 push-ups completed so far. Thank you for watching. Bye.